As women, especially in this country, you've already learned that you're living on borrowed time.
Because you live with this constant fear and anxiety that eventually one day it's going to happen to you.
Until women can exist freely in Namibia, we need to shut it all down.
Windhoek, Namibia. Thousands of young Namibians took to the streets last month, chanting three short but powerful words: shut it down.
The idea is, until women can exist freely in Namibia, we need to shut it all down. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory, is to say we want to feel safe. And if we're not feeling safe, then something is fundamentally wrong. And until we fix that foundation, then nothing should continue.
Over the last few years, Namibia has been stunned by increasingly disturbing headlines of women and girls going missing and turning up dead months later. Such was the case with 22-year-old Shannon Wasserval, who left her home April 10th and was not seen or heard from until October 6th.
First time I heard about this story, I remember I was in lockdown back in the States, and I was thinking, how can someone disappear like this? I mean, there are all these curfews and all these restrictions around people being outside. So you can't tell me that like this person has been missing for a week and no one can find her while everything is closed. Like, there's no way she would have left town. There's no way someone could have gotten into town and taken her. How is this possible?
But I think her story stood out because you have this woman who has a young child, and she kind of just left her child with her mom, and she said, I'll be back. And then she just never returned.
The truth as to what happened to Shannon became clearer when her father received anonymous text messages of a shallow grave with human remains.
Obviously, at the time, they were not confirmed to belong to those of Shannon Wasserval, who went missing in April of 2020, but there was a high and collective anticipation that those were her remains. And that tipped everybody off the edge, because we were all collectively hoping that she would return home and that she would come back safely.
You can go missing and your body can be in a shallow grave in your hometown, and the police are not going to do enough to find you. That's sort of the attitude that we sort of took from that, but it's something that we have felt for a very long time also, like that not enough is being done.
Despite its vast size, Namibia has a population of only 2.5 million people and one of the highest rates of gender equality in Africa. The question then is, how is this nation still struggling with protecting women and girls, despite several years of government interventions and strategies?
Wider fight against SGBV is obviously not just the protests, but there were pre-existing measures as well. So, and that's the second part of the answer. Government is involved, civil society organizations are involved, NGOs are involved, organizations like #MeTooNamibia or #SlutShameWalk, all those have been heavily involved in doing work to circumvent the manifestations of SGBV in the country. So I think Namibia is definitely banding together to fight what we've acknowledged honestly and openly is a national concern. So in terms of the aim, once again, it was for the presidency to understand where we were coming from and exactly what we were saying and how we can all support each other's efforts. And then in terms of the outcome, it was a strengthened communication of the relationship that should exist between different stakeholders in curbing SGBV.
For Shannon and all those whose lives have been lost and forever changed, we remember you. We honor you. We march for you.
I'm more than grateful for the time we spent. Must be